She's sitting on the stairs, secretly waiting for her husband to return. Suddenly, a car pulled in the driveway and her husband emerged from the vehicle. As their eyes met, she stood up and beaming with a warm smile. As they entered the mansion, his face lighted up with a warm smile as he spotted their two adorable babies sitting on the couch engrossed in their toys. He walked towards them and scooped them in his arm and showed them with kisses. Would you like something to eat? She asked, and he nodded, taking a seat at the dining table beside her. As they began their meal in comfortable silence, she happily started sharing her stories about her day. Yeah, Brian, I can't stay here for a month. You know about my happiness, and also I can't take you with me because this place is the most safest place for you and my babies. At night, Brian entered the room and saw him working on the laptop. She happily sits beside him while putting her head on his arm. She hugged him and closed her eyes. The sound of his stepping is the only thing in the room. She had a sigh and slept. He, her warm affection seemed to fall as she hugged her husband, kissing him on the cheek with a cheerful good morning. But his response was icy spoon, devoured with simply parroting her greetings on his face and addressing with a differential sir. His expression turned glacial as he rebuked her. His voice firm and but controlled. Can't you see I'm with my family? Is she your new worker? She asked. Yes. Okay. Van looked at her through the glass window. She is standing outside while waiting for him. As he nudged her to a close, he trudged into the house. Exhaustion attached on his face, he collapsed onto the couch, his eyes cast downwards, and his wife sat beside him. She got up from the couch and she treated it to her room. The silence between them deepened, and tears warmed up in the eyes, and she sat down on the bed. Why hasn't he changed yet? Why he has been the same with me? I tried everything to make him happy, but he never showed me any emotion. Well, it's not his mistake because he had told me about him. It's my mistake because I thought I will change him in the middle of the night. As he entered the room, he met with the sight of his wife sleeping, his arms wrapped tightly around the pillow, a testament on to her broad longings for his embrace. He approached her quietly and sat beside her. He whispered, and with he climbed on the bed and held her close. He closed his eyes and then he slept. The next morning, she opens her eyes and sees Jessie is not beside her. She gets up and looks at the maids. They are sleeping, she said after seeing Ryan. Okay, she walks in the bathroom for shower. As she descended the stairs, she saw the guards. Their eyes fixed on the floor, and they said, "We have come for you. But boss has ordered us to bring you to him." One of them said, and their tone was firm and polite. She nodded and walked towards the car. The drive was short, and soon she arrived at their destination. Stepping out the vehicle, she saw her husband before her. His expression was still cold, but a hint of something else lurking in his eyes. She smiled and walked towards him. She entered the house, and there she saw his friends. They are sitting on the dining table. She sat down on the chairs beside him. Maids of different dishes, but she is busy in examining the house because she is here for the first time. They are silently eating white wine. Do you know your husband lives here? No, he lives here. Yes, he used to live plans here. She looked at him. This place is also safe, but not more than where you live. I know you are thinking about this. I want you safe. His voice is soft yet cold. Okay, well, do you like it? Yes. This house is beautiful. I designed this. Wow, really? You designed this? You are very talented. Thank you. Django cleared his throat and began and wine looked down and started it. At night. She sat down on the bed, her gaze lost in the outside world beyond the glass window. Behind her, several miles away, he entered his presence, marked by the crack of the bed. As he sat beside her, he began to work on his laptop, his focus on the laptop. 4 years of marriage, yet the relationship was a puzzle she couldn't fully grasp. He cared for her, she knew that, but his cold remained. The emotional distance is a ache within her. She's thinking about everything. She sighs and lays down. She closes her eyes without even looking at him. He looked at her and what's wrong with her? Why she is acting different today? Why doesn't she hug me? I think so she wants to relax her mind. After thinking this, he put the laptop beside her and hugs her. The next morning. I don't want to go there. I want to live with you. She kept saying this while hugging his waist. No, I said no. You are going back. Please, Janku, why don't you understand? It's hard to live there without you. I miss you so much. Please let me stay with you. I said, no, you are going tomorrow, and that's it. I don't want to hear anything. She flinched and tears welled up. She steps back and runs to her room. He had a sign and looked at her. She enters the room and sits on the bed while her tears are falling. One day when I leave him, I will miss me. She wipes her tears and lays down. He returned at night, expecting to find his wife waiting for him, but the house was empty and suddenly was his and sat down on the dining table. He ordered his maid to call her. She nodded, and a few minutes later she came, but when he appeared, she sat down on the chair and shut, and their eyes cast downwards and remained silent. He was taken back by her blank expression, her pale complexion, and silence. They started eating, and after that she went to her room. She entered her room and sat down on the couch while holding a book. My affection is nothing for him. I decided to stop doing lovely things. He opened the book and started reading. After an hour, where is my cell phone? Did I put it in his office? She got up to check her cell phone. While on the other hand, why do you want to join this project? Because I heard so much about you, that you are an amazing businessman, and also that you related to the world. Well, I like your first sentence, but I don't know spread the news that I am related to the world. I like your personality, suddenly she said. She looked at her and paused a fake smile. Why did you get so married young? Why don't you wait for more girls? Because I don't want to bother girls, because nobody can attract me. I'm not interested in other girls. I really like your personality. She came towards him immediately and was about to kiss him, but when opened the door, she looked at them with written eyes. She closed the door and ran. He pushed her and she fell down on the floor. What were you doing? I was just. Shut up. He also stormed out of the room. He saw us dancing and he opened the door. She entered and saw her laying on the bed while hugging the blanket. While listen to me, there's nothing I and her. She tried to. I know she don't explain. I'm so tired, so please let me sleep. His mouth hung after hearing her answer. What? Why don't she say anything? How can she be so poor? She hates to see me with any girl. He thought that. She says she's crying, so he removed her blanket and said that she's not crying. Janko, leave me alone. I'll let. She's sitting in the bed while blankly looking at her son playing with toys. She got up and made them sit on her. She kissed them and I love both of you. Both are the most beautiful people in my life. Her tears start falling. Suddenly one of the maid come inside and Sir is calling you. She nodded and put them into the pot with care. Wiped her tears and went out. She came downstairs and saw him sitting on the couch. His friends are talking with Amy. She walked towards him and sat beside him. She looked at Amy and Amy blinked her eyes. Amy is laughing while talking to his friends. His expression is cold and he's looking downwards. Wine? There is nothing between us. I want you to forgive me. Your husband never thought of doing this to me. He is a decent man. I knew he could never do that. They're talking in Spanish and Janko is looking at them. He told Amy to tell everything to Wine because he doesn't want her to hate him. And about Amy, she's the friend of Yan. That's why she's talking so friendly with him. Janko rejected her offers to work together after that incident. Have you fallen in love with him? I know who you are. You better go back. And it's none of your business. Amy smiled and said goodbye, Mr. Joy and Mrs. Joy. Goodbye. What was she talking to you? He asked. She's telling me that you didn't do that. They are looking into each other as he grabs her face and starts coming. He was about to give her a but Kari's daddy looked at him. Oh, sorry. He went out, but Wine got up. He also got up. They both started walking towards the car. She stepped in the car with her two sons. He's standing in front of her. The car door closed and she disappeared from view, leaving him alone. His eyes fixed on the vehicle as it drove away. He's thinking about her. He certainly didn't show her emotion, but he loved her so much and influenced every bit of her. Is she mad at me? He's looking at the empty road like crazy. Changu was standing there. His friend came and asked, let's go inside. He looked at him and they both nodded and started walking towards the house. While on the other hand, she sat down on the couch, gazing out at the rains of grass, the droplets on the floor. Glass wall created a memorized melody, but her mind was consumed by the thought of him, her husband. I did everything to make him happy, she thought to herself. I wanted to change him, but he's still the same. 4 years of marriage and still he remained emotionally distant. I'm tired of his behavior. I'm tired of being treated like the mere acquaintance. The rain continued to the rain continued to fall as and wine for. I decided to stop showing my emotion. I will stop showing my love and care for him. 1 week later. Vani is sitting here while playing with her sons. There's a big pool in between the girl and her husband had placed grills around the pool so her children so that babies wouldn't fall into it because it had happened before, so he did it to protect them. Suddenly one of his sons threw his favorite toy in it. Jung-hoon, why did you throw it? Throw it. Jung-hoon started crying while playing, talking in baby language. He picked him up in his arm and started patting him back. Don't cry, but he was about to cry and would not stop. Don't cry, there's nothing, there were nobody with him and she's alone. A tree was laying over the water and its branches were hanging down, which presenting a beautiful sight. She stepped on it and started walking towards the pole to grab a toy. While on the other hand, I didn't come here to eat. If you want to join a mission, then tell me. Why are you so much hurry, Janko? She said while looking at me with an obsessed grin. I'm going because I don't have much time. He got up. Wait, I have something to show you. Come with me. What are you going to show me? I said I don't have a time. It's not a big thing. Just come me. He had a son and they both walked towards the room. In the room, what are you going to show me? Suddenly she threw him on the couch and she was about to dog the door. Oh no, Omar. He immediately got up. What are you doing? She grabbed his hand. Just leave my hand, you idiot. Why we have a friend? We have friends since childhood and you never proposed me. You knew that I like you. I always see you as a friend. Why don't you see me like a friend, please? No, just stay away from me. He tried to go out, but no. Suddenly, Ram started ringing on his cell phone. He pushed on her and vertically grabbed his cell phone. He opened his cell phone and his breath ached after seeing Brian struggling in the pool. She doesn't know how to swim. His sons are crying. Who are they? He ran out while calling the car. She ran behind her. Where is Aunt Millie? She said Mrs. Vine gave her off. What just coincided? Imagine she fell in the pool. She cut the call and sat down in the car. Sumi is with him. Who is she? Is she your sister? But you don't have any sister. Sumi, shut up. Don't talk to me right now. She flinched and sat back while keeping her mouth shut. She clung to the tree trunk, her fingers digging into the bark as she tried to haul herself out of the pool, but it was too hard a struggle. Her son had falling, her panic striking as she struggled, her mind racing with fear. Her son was crying, and this sensitivity is a blessing and a curse for her. Tears pricked at the corner of the eyes as she tried to escape the pool that impressed, and then suddenly she saw his guards. They looked at her through the mirror, and they broke the mirror for her. The pool is so deep and scary, and it is in the corner of the house. Nobody goes there except her. Jacob watered so many times, but she always did to avoid him, and now she's swam in the water. One of his guards jumped into the water, but Janko came and also jumped in the water. He began to press her chest with both of his hands, trying to expel the water from her lungs. Her lips were really blue and body lay limp like a lifeless story. He worked tirelessly with a slug of coffee. He administered CPR, his movements, and then she got up. He wrapped his arm around her, holding her closely, willing, washing over her. He picked her up and rushed towards the house. His heart is still racing with fear. He gently laid her on the bed, his eyes never leaving her as the personal doctor arrived to examine her. The doctor's hand moved with checking her vital signs. Her eyes are half open and gazed up at him, filling with a weakness. He sat beside her while holding her hand. He couldn't bear the thought of losing her. As he gazed at her, he felt a surge of emotion. His heart overflowing with love and concern. He whispered softly in her ear, "You are safe now, my love. You are going to okay," he said. Now he is sitting beside her while holding her and assuming Annie and Anna standing outside the door. Why doesn't he tell anyone? Because he wanted to save her. Lim warned her that he kidnapped everyone whom he loves. And Mayan also doesn't want to show herself in front of the media. She likes to live around. She only wants to live with him. He loves her so much. Yeah, they looked at him. He kissed and saw him kissing her hand. At night, she opened her eyes and saw him sitting beside her. She ignored him and looked at the mist. Where are my babies? Her voice is low because of the fever. They are sleeping. Okay, she closed her eyes without even looking at him. Okay, of course not. Why I want you so many times to go, not to go there. Why don't you listen to me? She gazed at me with a blank expression. Her voice barely whispered. This acting is only for now. It will be gone later. Janko's I really surprised. What do you mean? But she simply murmured, nothing. Do you think I am acting? Janko, leave me alone. I want to sleep. Why are you saying this? But she firmly repeated. I said, leave me alone. I want to sleep in peace. Janko face fell and he got up and left the room. As the door closed, her tears started falling. She knew her words would hurt him. She have listened and closed her eyes. In the middle of the night. He talks to you. Why did you tell him to go out? I was mad at him. He doesn't care about me. No, he does care about you. Why? And you know that no one you will leave him one day. Yeah, I know, but to him that I wanted that he will never forget me or miss me. She is sitting on the edge of the river gazing up the starry sky, a soft smile on her face. Do you think he will miss me? Yeah. As she spoke, her eyes were fluttered open, and she found herself on the bed. Her heart welled up with love, and she leaned in, her lips bruising against his forehead, and then she slept. In the morning, she opened her eyes, Janko's concerned face hovering above. But she smiled, and she nestled her hand fed in the crook of his neck. Man, are you okay? She cupped her face and gave her a soft smile, kiss on the face. She's feeling so good. 1 week later. Janko is sitting beside her while she is playing with her son. Suddenly, a guard knocked on the door and come in. What's wrong, Gyunsa? Boss, Gyunsa is calling. It's very important. Okay, I am coming. He got up and looked at her. She smiling. He pinched her cheek and went out. He entered the room and saw Ian standing there. He walked towards him and Ian gave him a pen drive. What is this? He asked before Ian could respond. He noticed the worried look on his friend's face and his expression in Abra's and said, Let him send this to you. Yanko's eyes narrow. He gripped on the pen drive, tightened her core, and he know that I have a wife. He demanded, I don't know, but I'm sure that he will try to kidnap him. We have to go back. He doesn't know about this house, so we don't have to worry. Yeah, but we have to make a plan because Janko will destroy so many things, and I believe that he will find this house. Janko's eye clenched and he nodded. At night, he entered the room. His eyes locked on her and said, I'm leaving. Why? Because of an enemy. Don't worry, I will come down. Go. She reached out her hand, grasping for his voice, pleading. One day you will understand why I am doing this. Why I always left you. He kissed her forehead and pulled his hand free. His gaze languished on her for 1 month before he turned away, walked away, leaving her alone in the room, her eyes beaming with tears and her heart heavy with sorrow. The door closed behind her. She sat down on the bed and started crying. Strongly struck earlier around this house. I will come back within 2 days. I can't leave her alone. Okay. Basically, Janko is the boss and his friends do that what he orders. He never make friends in his house because he doesn't want to tell his friends that he has another house. His enemy is so powerful in front of him and his rivalry has been going for a century. At first, Janko decided to tell the world, but then he kept his secret. The next day. Mine is sleeping peacefully, but suddenly she heard her doors cracking. Her condition is not okay. She still has a fever. She tried to open her eyes, but because of the sleep, it's hard for her to open her eyes. Suddenly, Vian, she said in sleep. Opening her eyes means she opened her eyes and her eyes within that man. That man sparkled and picked her up. She tried to kick him, but he took her out of the room. Leave me, you idiot. No, never. She kicked him, but he forcefully took her with him. I have to go back now. Suddenly, a guard entered in blood. Was he kidnapped her? What? He ran out. He burst into the his eyes racing with fear and met with the scene of utter devastation. The chaos room was in shambles. Furniture overturned and belongings scattered everywhere. Franklin searched for any sign of his wife, his eyes scanning her everywhere with a sense of desperation. He rushed to their shared room, but it was empty, and their wedding frame that once had their memories written on the floor. He felt a surge of panic and dread. He realized that he had taken her. He ran towards his son's room and he was able to see them there, but his reveal was short-lived. When in her absence hit him like a ton of bricks, find out where Lim has taken her, find her as soon as possible. His voice cracked with emotions as he grabbed his cell phone recording a message for him. Lim, you better return my wife to me. If you harm her anyway, I will destroy you. His wife was shaking with rage and fear. He was willing to do anything to get her back. His guards ran as he ordered them, and he left alone with his two sons. He sat down on the floor and he snatched her from me. She's the only one I have. I wanted her back. His face became heavy as rage and anger took over him. While on the other hand, when you marry him, Hang, I don't. Why don't you know why? I don't know that he is your rival. She's standing in front of her brother while her head is low. Look, what did to you? You are not like this. He didn't do anything wrong with me. He's not that bad. So now you are taking his side. Don't forget that he is our rival. Angad, I really don't know that he is your rival. And please don't do anything with him. He's not bad. He's my husband. I hate this word and also that man husband. Shut up, Luhan. And Hong, don't forget you threw me out of the house. I didn't. Okay, you leave this house. I searched you everywhere. And now you forget about him. I won't let you go to him. No, don't do this. I have two sons. I use my husband. I can't leave him. I don't want to leave him. It's my last decision. You are not going back there. He's not in the mansion. Nobody knows where he went. The place he used to live now empty. We don't know where he took her. He's not here. Am I right? Yes. I believe that he's in the country. He's hiding from us. Suddenly his cell phone started ringing. He picked up the call and you must be looking for your wife. Where did you take her? Well, it's not that important. The only thing that important is that who is she? You don't know who is she. I don't want to listen to your talk. She is my real sister. His reaction felt and surprised. Why? Jiang Kuang is saying the truth. I'm his sister. What? Why did you marry me to destroy me? No. I hope you understand. Now forget my sister. He cursed the call. Jacob put the cell phone down and looked at his friends. They are looking at him with surprise. They can't believe that Chelsea is his sister. He got up and started walking out. Said, Janko, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about anything. He came here, sat down on the rooftop. He looked at the sky and that means she never loves me. I thought she loves me so much. I'm trying to save her from her own brother. That's why she didn't want to reveal that she is my wife. His mind is not processing anything. He looked down and saw the pool. He got up and started walking on the edge as all his trauma and past memories are coming in his mind. The scene of his family murder. Then he suddenly stopped and looked in the pool and jumped in it. Don't want to recreate the past. The only way to escape the reality.